Downtown Radio News at 6, Ivan Little reporting. 2 incendiary bombs have been discovered in the centre of Dublin this afternoon. One in the exclusive Switzer's store and the other in the Clarence Hotel near O'Connell Bridge. The device at Switzer's was defused by a security officer before customers could become alarmed. And at the hotel, guests were evacuated while Garda explosives experts carried out an examination. Both bombs were discovered in toilets. There was a phone call to the Samaritans saying an incendiary would be found at Switzer's, but it had already been defused. Police said the caller didn't identify himself or the organisation he represented. Fears are growing that the Courtaulds man-made Fibre group are poised to announce substantial job cuts in the face of the twin challenge of cheap American imports and a slump in the UK clothing market. Here's Jimmy Delargy.
Courtaulds Managing Director Stan Craigs has been warning for several months that the crisis was looming, and several weeks ago Ulster's 3 Euro MPs lined up together to pledge action. Last month, 60 men at the firm's Carrick plant were temporarily laid off from the polyester division, and 200 workers at Larne were given extended holidays because of the lack of work, while 200 men from the company's Hutchison Yarns operation in Londonderry resumed work only today after a 3-week layoff. No officials of the company have been available for comment today as meetings go on to discuss the jobs threat, and it's understood a statement will be released tomorrow after talks between unions and management. Jimmy Delargy, Downtown Radio News.
The widow of Gabriel Wiggins, the man shot dead on his doorstep last night, says she can't understand how his killers were able to strike with an army base only 100 yards away. And as Barbara Graham reports, the Republican clubs have also hit out at what they call the army's inactivity.
Father of 15, Mr. Wiggins, was killed instantly by a lone gunman who knocked on his door just before midnight and then fled in a hijacked Renault car. The Republican clubs say the Wiggins home is within sight of an army observation post, yet no one was challenged by sentries. And they say the killers had to drive past the Tigert Hall base to and from the murder scene on Springfield Road. Mr. Wiggins' widow, Sadie, has also questioned how the gunman was able to fire 4 shots, get into a car and drive past the base with a soldier outside. As yet, no one has claimed responsibility for the murder, but Sinn Féin say that it was the work of loyalist killer squads, and they've called on people in nationalist areas to take extra precautions. Barbara Graham, Downtown Radio News.
Meanwhile, Vigilantes have been back on the streets of Belfast, and 3 men arrested in the early hours of this morning have told police they were protecting Catholic families. The trio are released on bail till tomorrow, when they'll be back in the dock along with 7 others. Well, that's the news. Now with the farming roundup, here's Linda Copeland.